the hidden blueprint for achieving true mastery. Everyone holds their fortune in their own hands. Like a sculptor, the raw material he will fashion into a figure. But it's the same with that type of artistic activity as with all others. We are merely born with the capability to do it. The skill to mold the material into what we want must be learned and attentively cultivated. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. The hard truth no one tells you. Most people believe that talent, luck, or intelligence determines success. But here's the brutal truth. None of these matter as much as you think. The real key to success, mastery is the single greatest advantage you can have in life. It is the ability to become so damn good at something that the world cannot ignore you. But here's the problem. Most people never reach mastery. They stop too soon. They get distracted. They give up when things get hard. They settle for being good enough when they could be exceptional. And because of that, they never unlock their true potential. But what if I told you that mastery isn't reserved for a select few? What if there's a hidden process that every successful master has followed? And what if I could give you the exact roadmap to achieve mastery faster than 99% of people? That's exactly what this book will do. If you read every word carefully and apply the strategies inside, you will never think about success the same way again. What? You'll discover in this book. This is not another fluffy self-help book telling you to work hard and believe in yourself. This is a battle-tested blueprint, a step-by-step roadmap to achieving world-class excellence in any field. In this book, you will learn the 3 phases of mastery and how to move through them faster than 99% of people. Why most people never reach their full potential and how to avoid their fate. The apprenticeship model used by history's greatest minds to gain unfair advantages. The hidden power of deliberate practice and why most people get it wrong. The secret to overcoming plateaus and staying motivated when others quit. How to turn setbacks into fuel for unstoppable progress. This book is not about quick hacks or shortcuts. It's about playing the long game because true mastery lasts forever. Who is this book for? If you feel stuck in your career or business and want to break through to the next level, if you're obsessed with personal growth and want to reach world-class excellence, if you've ever felt lost or uncertain about your path and want clarity on what to do next if you refuse to settle for an average life and are ready to pursue mastery with everything you have, if any of these sound like you, keep reading because what you're about to learn will change everything. The 3 stages of mastery. Every master throughout history has followed a predictable path, even if they didn't realize it. If you want to achieve true mastery, you must go through these 3 stages. 1. The apprenticeship phase. Learning the rules. You start as a beginner, learning, absorbing, and training under experts. This is where most people fail because they hate being a beginner. The key to surviving this phase? Humility, patience, and relentless learning. To the creative active phase, breaking the rules. Once you've mastered the fundamentals, you start innovating. This is when you begin to experiment, take risks, and make bold moves. The key here: confidence, discipline, and calculated risk. Taking. 3. The mastery phase, becoming the rule maker. You now operate at a genius level, influencing others and changing the game. You are no longer a student. You are a creator, a leader, and an authority. This is where true power and success are found. The problem: most people quit in stage 1 or 2. This book will show you how to break through and reach true mastery. Why you must master your field. Here's a harsh reality. Mediocrity is everywhere. The world is flooded with amateurs. Most people quit before they get good. But if you master your craft, you will rise above the noise. You will become untouchable. You will attract opportunities others can only dream of. You will have freedom, respect, and control over your destiny. How to use this book. Each chapter will give you powerful insights on the path to mastery, real-life examples of legendary masters like Leonardo da Vinci, Mozart, and Einstein. Actionable steps you can take today to move closer to mastery. Be the end of this book. You won't just understand mastery, you'll be on your way to achieving it. Final warning. Choose your path wisely. Most people will never reach their full potential. They will read this book, feel inspired, and then do nothing but afutha. Ones who truly desire greatness will take this knowledge and apply it. Which one will you be? If you're ready to transform your life, turn the page. Next, Chapter 1. The Hidden Key to Unstoppable Growth. Why most people plateaued, how to break free. The secret mindset shift that turns failure into fuel. How to build unstoppable momentum even when you feel stuck. Ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Hidden Key to Unstoppable Growth. Do not be satisfied with the stories that come before you. Unfold Your Own Myth. By Rumi. Why most people never reach mastery. Look around you. How many people start something with excitement only to give up when things get difficult? They begin a new skill only to abandon it after a few weeks. They chase a goal, but lose motivation when progress slows. They dream big but never follow through. This is why most people never achieve mastery. Not because they lack talent, not because they don't have potential, but because they don't understand the hidden key to unstoppable growth. Before I reveal what it is, let me share a story. The secret behind Sherlock Holmes' genius. Sherlock Holmes is known as the greatest detective in fiction. His mind is razor sharp. His deductions seem almost superhuman. He can look at a person and instantly know their past, habits, and secrets. But here's what most people don't realize. Sherlock's brilliance wasn't just raw intelligence. It was trained mastery. Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, based his character on a real-life master of observation. Dr. Joseph Bell. Dr. Bell was a physician who had an extraordinary ability to notice tiny details others missed. He could tell where a patient had traveled based on the dirt on their shoes. He could determine their occupation by the way they moved. Sherlock Holmes' genius wasn't magic, it was a skill. And anyone can develop this level of mastery if they follow the right process, the mindset shift that turns failure into fuel. The biggest lie about mastery is that it's about talent. People assume experts are just born gifted. They believe success is about natural ability. They think if they struggle, it means they aren't good enough. This is a lie that keeps most people stuck. The truth? Every master started as a beginner. Struggle is part of the process. Failure isn't a sign to quit, it's the fuel for growth. Mozart wasn't born a musical genius. He trained relentlessly from childhood. Kobe Bryant wasn't the best by chance. He practiced longer than anyone else. Elon Musk didn't build SpaceX overnight. He failed multiple times before succeeding. The difference between masters and quitters is simple. Quitters see struggle as a stop sign. Masters see struggle as proof they're growing. Your ability to master anything comes down to one thing: your relationship with discomfort. the hidden key to unstoppable growth. If you take only one lesson from this book, let it be this. The single greatest predictor of mastery is your ability to embrace desirable difficulty. Desirable difficulty equals the art of making things just hard enough to force rapid growth. Most people shy away from difficulty. They only do what feels comfortable. And that's why they never improve. But true masters do the opposite. They deliberately seek challenges that stretch them. They push just beyond their current abilities. They train their brains to handle struggles so they grow faster than everyone else. This is the hidden key to unstoppable growth. Let me show you how it works. The 3 stages of rapid mastery. To develop Sherlock Holmes level skills or mastery in any field, you need to follow these 3 key stages. Each stage is designed to push you beyond your limits, but in a way that keeps you improving instead of quitting. Stage 1. The struggle zone, where growth begins. Imagine you're lifting weights at the gym. If you only lift what feels easy, you'll never build muscle. But if you lift something slightly heavier than before, your muscles will struggle, and that's what makes them grow. The same is true for your brain. If something is too easy, gives no growth. If something is too hard, gives you give up. If something is just beyond your ability, gives maximum growth. Your goal: always train in the struggle zone. Stage 2. The adaptation loop. How to stay motivated. The biggest reason people quit? They don't see results fast enough. Here's how to fix that. Instead of expecting big wins immediately, focus on the adaptation loop. Step 1. Struggle gives. Challenge yourself just beyond your current skill level. Step 2. Adapt gives. Your brain rewires itself to handle the challenge. Step 3. Reward gives. Recognize small wins to keep motivation high. Every time you repeat this loop, you grow. Every time you embrace struggle, you get stronger. Every time you push forward, mastery gets closer. The key is consistency. If you repeat this process enough times, your skill level will skyrocket. Stage 3. The unconscious mastery stage, becoming Sherlock Holmes eventually. Something incredible happens. After enough repetitions, what once felt impossible becomes automatic. Your brain rewires itself for mastery. Your skills become second nature. You start seeing patterns others can't. This is how Sherlock Holmes made deductions effortlessly. This is how top athletes perform without thinking. This is how world-class experts make the impossible look easy. The secret to getting here: stay in the struggle zone. Trust the adaptation loop. Repeat till mastery becomes automatic. How to build unstoppable momentum, even when you feel stuck. The hardest part of mastery is sticking with it when progress feels slow. When this happens, remember, mastery is not a straight line. There will be setbacks, plateaus, and struggles. But if you keep going, the breakthroughs will come. Most people quit at the first sign of difficulty. Masters keep going, knowing that struggle is proof they're on the right path. Your challenge this week: push yourself into the struggle zone. Take on a challenge that feels just beyond your ability. Stick with it, even when it feels frustrating. The more you embrace the struggle, the faster you'll grow. Key takeaways from Chapter 1. Most people never master anything because they fear struggle. Sherlock Holmes' genius was trained, not just natural talent. The key to rapid mastery is training in the struggle zone. Mastery happens in 3 stages. Struggle gives adaptation, gives unconscious mastery. Momentum is built by embracing difficulty and pushing through plateaus. Next, Chapter 2. The Mastermind Formula for Becoming World-Class. How to learn 10x faster by hacking your brain. The hidden advantage of mentorship and apprenticeship. Why lone wolf success is a myth and what to do instead. Are you ready? Turn the page. Your mastery journey continues. Chapter 2. The Mastermind Formula for Becoming World-Class. No man will make a great leader who wants to do it all himself or get all the credit for doing it. Andrew Carnegie, The Deadly Myth of the Lone Genius. Let's get one thing straight. The idea of a lone genius, someone who rises to greatness purely by their own efforts, is a myth. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple alone. He had Steve Wozniak and a team of visionaries. Elon Musk isn't single-handedly running Tesla and SpaceX. He has teams of the world's smartest engineers. Sherlock Holmes, as brilliant as he was, relied on Dr. Watson's insights and collaboration. The fastest way to mastery isn't to go it alone. It's to leverage the power of a mastermind. The secret, its advantage of high achievers. What separates those who reach world-class success from those who stay average? It's not just hard work. It's not just talent. It's who they surround themselves with. They're a reason the world's most successful people intentionally build powerful networks. They know success is a team sport. The concept of a mastermind comes from Napoleon Hill's classic book, Think and Grow Rich. Hill spent 25 years studying the world's most successful people, billionaires, inventors, and industrialists. And he found one common trait. They all had a powerful inner circle, a mastermind group. What is a mastermind? A mastermind is a group of like-minded, growth-driven people who share insights, push each other forward, and create opportunities for success. Here's what most people get wrong. They try to figure everything out alone. They waste years making mistakes they could have avoided. They refuse to ask for help, thinking it makes them weak. Meanwhile, high achievers fast-track their success by learning from those ahead of them. The right connections, mentors, and collaborators can compress decades of learning into months. Let me show you how. The 3 types of people you need to skyrocket your growth. If you want to level up faster than 99% of people, you need to surround yourself with 3 essential types of people. 1. The mentor, your shortcut to success. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you want. 10 can help you get there in a fraction of the time. Why do you need a mentor? They save you years of trial and error. They give you the fastest path to results. They hold you accountable and push you beyond your limits. Success hack: learning from the best. Sherlock Holmes was a master detective, commie, but even he had a mentor, his older brother, Mycroft Holmes. Mycroft was even more brilliant than Sherlock. He taught Sherlock how to analyze clues, read people, and think logically. Without Mycroft's influence, Sherlock might never have reached his full potential. How to find a mentor. Identify someone who already has the results you want. Learn from their books, interviews, and courses, if possible. Reach out and offer value before asking for mentorship. Be willing to invest in coaching because the right guidance will pay off 10x. 2. The inner circle, your personal mastermind group. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. By Jim Rohn. Look at your current circle. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Your inner circle should be a high-performance network, a group of people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. What makes a powerful inner circle? They have big goals and growth mindsets. They don't settle for average. They Support each other's success without jealousy or competition. Warning: if your circle is full of people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, their mindset will rub off on you. Your inner circle should make you level up, not drag you down. How to build your inner circle? Join communities, masterminds, and networking events. Connect with people who inspire you to do better. Be valuable, offer help, ideas, and support instead of just taking. Cut out toxic relationships that drain your energy. 3. The rising star, mentoring others to reinforce mastery. While we teach, we learn. Seneca: most people think learning happens only when you're the student. But the fastest way to master something is to teach it. Why mentoring others accelerates your own growth. Teaching forces you to simplify complex ideas. It strengthens your own understanding and expertise. It builds confidence and leadership skills. Success hack: reverse mentorship. Want an even bigger advantage? Learn from rising stars, people younger or newer in your field. Sometimes, fresh perspectives can open your mind to breakthroughs you never considered. The best learners are also the best teachers. How to build your own powerful mastermind. Step 1. Find a mentor. Learn from books, courses, and experts if possible. Find a mentor who has already succeeded in your field. Step 2. Build your inner circle. Surround yourself with ambitious, growth-focused people. Cut out relationships that drain your energy. Step 3. Become a mentor. Teach what you learn will reinforce your knowledge, help others grow, and your own expertise will deepen. This is how the greatest minds in history achieved world-class mastery. The lone genius is a myth. The mastermind is the key. Key takeaways from Chapter 2. No one succeeds alone. Mastermind groups accelerate success. There are 3 essential types of people you need: mentors, inner circle, and rising stars. Finding the right mentor saves years of trial and error. Your environment shapes your success. Choose your circle wisely. Teaching others reinforces your own mastery. Chapter 3. Absorbing the master's power. The crucial apprenticeship phase. Why most people never achieve mastery. Have you ever wondered why so many people start strong but never reach the top of their field? Why do some musicians, athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists rise to legendary status while others, equally talented, fade into obscurity? The difference isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not even intelligence. The difference is what they do during the apprenticeship phase. Every master: Da Vinci, Mozart, Einstein, Jobs spent years in one specific phase of learning before they transformed their industry. But here's the problem. Most people either skip this phase or quit halfway. And that's why 99% of people never reach true mastery. But those who understand and embrace this phase, they gain an unstoppable edge. This chapter will reveal how the world's greatest minds approach their apprenticeship, the 3 key phases you must follow, and how you can apply them in your own life to accelerate your path to mastery. The secret path to mastery that no one talks about. Most people believe that success happens in a straight line. You learn gives, you get good gives. You succeed. But that's a lie. The real path to mastery looks like this. You observe gives you struggle, gives. You practice endlessly, gives you get frustrated, gives you question everything, gives you almost quit, gives then. Finally, you break through, This is the hidden process that all masters go through. Leonardo da Vinci spent 7 years as an apprentice before he painted his first masterpiece. Mozart was trained for more than a decade before composing his most brilliant work. Albert Einstein spent years working a regular job while secretly developing his ideas on relativity. Mastery does not happen overnight. It requires a period of grinding in the shadows. This is the apprenticeship phase, and your success depends on how well you handle it. The 3 phases of the apprenticeship process. 1. The observation phase, becoming a student of the game. The first. Step 2 mastery is learning without ego. This is where most people fail because instead of observing and absorbing, they try to prove themselves too soon. Your goal in this phase is to absorb knowledge like a sponge. Forget about impressing people. Focus on understanding how things really work. Be silent. Watch. Learn. Take notes. Ask smart questions. Key lesson: detach from your ego. The best learners are the ones who listen more than they talk. Example: Steve Jobs. Before launching Apple, worked at Atari, where he spent his time studying how computers worked. He wasn't a genius engineer. He was just obsessed with observing and understanding design. That obsession led to Apple's revolutionary products. Top 2. The practice phase. Repeating until you can't get it wrong. Once you've absorbed enough, it's time for endless repetition. This is where most people quit. It's repetitive. It's frustrating. It's not glamorous. But this is where true mastery is built. Mastery isn't about natural ability. It's about brutal, relentless practice. Key lesson: repetition isn't boring. It's the foundation of mastery. Do the work over and over until it becomes instinctive. Example: Michael Jordan practiced his jump shot thousands of times every single day. Kobe Bryant once showed up at the gym at 4 a.m. and practiced until he had made 800 shots. The best don't practice until they get it right. They practice until they can't get it wrong. 3. The experimentation phase. Finding your unique voice. After years of learning and practicing, something changes. You stop just following the rules. You start seeing new patterns that others don't. You begin experimenting. You develop your own unique style. At this stage, you're no longer just following, you're creating. You start to challenge the rules and push boundaries. This is where your true power is unleashed. Key lesson: creativity isn't about breaking rules. Randomly ed comes after mastering the fundamentals. Example: Albert Einstein didn't start his career by creating the theory of relativity. He spent years studying Newton's laws and classical physics before realizing their flaws. Only after years of deep practice was he able to revolutionize science. How to apply this in your own life? Now that you understand the 3 phases of apprenticeship, how can you use them to accelerate your own mastery? 1. Find the right mentor or learning environment. Don't waste time learning from mediocre people. Find the best source of knowledge possible. If you can't work with a mentor directly, study their work, obsessively read their books, watch their interviews, analyze their methods. 2. Commit to learning, not showing off. Drop your ego. Stop trying to impress people and focus on learning. Ask questions. Take notes. Observe deeply. 3. Embrace the pain of repetition. Repetition is the price of greatness. Do the work every single day, even when it's boring. If you're not getting frustrated, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. For experiment when you're ready. Once you've learned enough, start testing your own ideas. Don't be afraid. to challenge the norm. That's where innovation happens. Final, the apprenticeship phase separates the masters from the mediocre, so people want instant success. They want to skip the hard parts and jump straight to greatness. But that's why most people never achieve mastery. The ones who succeed, the ones who leave a lasting impact, the ones who embrace the process, they observe deeply, they practice relentlessly, they experiment fearlessly. The question is, are you willing to endure the process of mastery? Because those who do become legends. Chapter 4. Unlocking Creative Genius. The Power of Breaking the Rules. The Hidden Truth About Creativity. What if everything you've been told about creativity is wrong? Most people believe that creativity is a gift, something you're either born with or not. They think that geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci, Einstein, and Steve Jobs were just naturally creative. But here's the shocking truth. Creativity is not about talent. It's about breaking the right rules at the right time. Every great innovator, whether in science, art, business, or sports, spent years mastering the rules before they broke them. Picasso didn't just start painting abstract art. He first mastered traditional techniques. Einstein didn't reject Newton's laws overnight. He first studied them deeply. Steve Jobs didn't create the iPhone from thin air. He first obsessed over existing technology. Creativity doesn't come from randomness. It comes from mastery first, rebellion second. This chapter will show you how to reach the highest level of creative genius and why most people never get there. Why most people stay stuck in mediocrity. There are two types of people in the world when it comes to creativity. 1. The rigid followers never break the rules. These people stick to the script their whole lives. They never question anything. They do what they're told. Result. They stay average. 2. The reckless rebels break the rules too soon. These people reject the rules too early. They don't take the time to learn the fundamentals. Result? They produce chaos, not innovation. Neither group achieves true mastery. The real geniuses follow a different path. They master the fundamentals first, then. And only then do they break the rules to create something new. The 3 levels of creative mastery. To reach creative genius, you must pass through 3 levels. Level 1, the imitation phase. Learning the rules before you can break the rules. You must master them. This is the apprenticeship phase, where you copy, absorb, and perfect the existing knowledge. Most people hate this phase because it feels like they're just following others. Key lesson: creativity begins with deep study. Before Picasso painted revolutionary works, spent years perfecting realism. Example: Bruce Lee mastered traditional martial arts techniques before creating his own fighting philosophy. Kyun Do. Level 2. The adaptation phase. Tweaking the rules. Once you know the rules inside out, you start making small changes. You experiment, but within limits. This, is where your own style begins to emerge. Key lesson: don't reject the rules. Bend them. Use them as a foundation while making subtle changes. Example: Elon Musk didn't invent rockets from scratch. He took existing rocket technology, tweaked the designs, and made them reusable. Changing the game forever. Level 3. The innovation phase. Creating new rules. This is where true mastery begins. You've mastered the old system, tweaked it, and now you're ready to create something entirely new. This is where legends are made. Key lesson: True innovation is not about rejecting the past, it's about building on top of it. Example, Einstein didn't reject Newton's laws of motion, he expanded them into the theory of relativity. How to cultivate your own creative genius. Now that you understand the 3 levels of mastery, how do you apply them in real life? 1. Study the masters in your field. Find who the top experts are and study everything they've done. Analyze their patterns, techniques, and mindset. 2. Replicate before you innovate. If you're a writer, copy the style of the best authors first. If you're a musician, play the classics before making your own songs. If you're an entrepreneur, follow proven business models before inventing your own. 3. Experiment and push boundaries. Once you've absorbed enough knowledge, start testing small changes. Don't be afraid to fail. Innovation happens through constant trial and error. 4. Break the rules with purpose. Only after mastering the fundamentals should you start breaking the rules, but don't break them randomly. Break them to improve and innovate. Final thought: the path to true creative genius. Most people never reach their full creative potential because they either 1. Follow the rules blindly and never innovate. 2. Break the rules too soon and produce chaos. But the true geniuses of history follow a different path. They master the old before creating the new. They absorb before they rebel. They perfect before they disrupt. If you follow this process, you will develop a level of creativity that most people will never reach. The question is, are you willing to do the work? Chapter 5. The Hidden Power of Resistance. Why obstacles create masters. The truth no one wants to hear. What if I told you that struggle is not your enemy, it's your greatest advantage? Most people believe that obstacles are barriers to success. They think that if they had more talent, resources, or luck, they would achieve mastery faster. But here's the truth no one tells you. The greatest masters in history became great not despite their struggles, but because of them. Every world-class genius faced brutal resistance, crushing failures, and overwhelming obstacles. But instead of running from them, they used them. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of quitting, he trained obsessively until he became the greatest player of all time. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job. Instead of giving up, she built an empire. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Instead of stopping, he called each failure one step closer to success. Resistance doesn't block greatness, it forges it. And in this chapter, you'll learn how to turn your biggest obstacles into your greatest strengths. Why most people fail. The comfort trap. Most people are wired to avoid struggle. The moment things get difficult, they quit. Blame circumstances. Look for shortcuts. But the hard truth is, easy paths lead to average results. Every truly great person has something in common. They leaned into discomfort and transformed obstacles into stepping stones. The difference between amateurs and masters. Amateurs see obstacles as roadblocks. Masters see obstacles as training grounds. Example: most people fail at learning a new skill because they stop when it gets hard. Masters push through the struggle until they reach a breakthrough. The key to true mastery is not avoiding struggle, but learning how to use it. The 3 types of resistance that forge greatness. 1. Internal resistance. The battle inside your mind. The voice in your head that says, I'm not talented enough. What if I fail? Maybe this isn't for me. How to overcome it? Reframe failure as progress. Instead of fearing mistakes, see them as necessary steps to mastery. Develop unstoppable resilience. Every time you want to quit, remind yourself, this is where 99% of people stop. If I push through, I'll enter the top 1%. Point 2. External resistance, rejection. Criticism and setbacks. Every master has been doubted, criticized, or rejected. Example, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers. The 13th one said yes, and she became one of the most successful authors in history. Walt Disney was fired for lacking creativity. He went on to create an empire. How to overcome it? Use rejection as fuel. If someone doubts you, prove them wrong. Understand that rejection is part of the process. The more no's you get, the closer you are to a breakthrough. 3. Environmental resistance, lack of resources, time, or support. Most people blame lack of money, connections, or resources for their failures. But history proves that masters create success despite their circumstances. Example, Elon Musk started SpaceX with no prior rocket experience. Experts laughed at him until he launched the Falcon 1. Howard Schultz grew up poor and built Starbucks into a global empire. How to overcome it? Be resourceful. If you lack money, find free alternatives. If you lack time, wake up earlier. Remember, constraints breed innovation. Limitations force you to be creative. And creativity leads to mastery. Turning pain into power. The 3-step process. Here's how you can transform any obstacle into a stepping stone for mastery. Step 1. Change your perspective. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" say, "How can this make me stronger?" Every struggle teaches you something. Find the lesson and use it. Step 2. Take small, consistent actions. Obstacles feel overwhelming when you focus on the big picture. Instead, ask, what's one small thing I can do today? Break big challenges into tiny, winnable steps. Step 3. Turn setbacks into fuel. Whenever you face rejection, channel that frustration into action. Every no brings you closer to a yes. The master's mindset. Struggle equals strength. If you study every legendary figure in history, they all share one belief. Struggle doesn't weaken you, strengthens you. The moment you shift from avoiding pain to using it, you enter the elite class of masters. The question is, will you push through when things get hard? Will you quit like everyone else? Chapter 6. The Mastery Mindset. How to rewire your brain for greatness. The silent killer of mastery. What if I told you that your greatest enemy isn't a lack of talent, resources, or opportunity, but your own mind? Most people never reach mastery not because they aren't capable, but because they never master their own thoughts. They procrastinate instead of taking action. They doubt themselves instead of pushing forward. They fear failure instead of using it as fuel. But here's the hidden secret of every master in history. They trained their minds before they trained their skills. Before Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, he spent years mastering observation. Before Michael Jordan became the GOAT, he developed an unshakable mindset. Before Steve Jobs revolutionized technology, he cultivated relentless focus. The battle for mastery is won or lost in your mind. And in this chapter, you'll discover how to reprogram your brain for success. Why most people stay average. The 3 mental traps. Most people never reach mastery because they get stuck in one of these mental traps. 1. The perfectionist trap. I'm not ready yet symptoms. You overthink instead of taking action. You wait for the perfect moment to start. You fear mistakes, so you never begin. Truth bomb. Masters start before they feel ready. They understand that action creates clarity. Perfectionism is just disguised procrastination. Solution: adopt the 80% rule. Done is better than perfect ship now. Improve later. Make failure a goal. Set a target for how many mistakes you'll make this week. 2. The imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough symptoms. You feel like a fraud, like you don't deserve success. You compare yourself to others and always feel behind. You believe you're not qualified to be great. Truth bomb. Every master started as a beginner. Nobody is born great. Even the best feel like imposters. The difference: they take action anyway. Solution: focus on progress, not perfection. Each small win builds confidence. Reframes: instead of "I'm not ready," say "I'm learning." 3. The fear of failure. What if I mess up? Symptoms: you hesitate to take risks because you don't want to fail. You worry about what people will think. You quit early because failure feels painful. Truth bomb. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. The faster you fail, the faster you grow. Solution: turn failure into a game. Set a failure goal. For example, collect 10 rejections this month. Study your idols. Every master has failed more than the average person even tries. How to reprogram your brain for mastery. Here's the secret. Your brain is a muscle you can train it. The key to mastery is developing mental habits that make success automatic. 1. The power of identity. Become the master before you are. 1. Most people say, "I want to be successful." Masters say, "I am a master in training." Why this works? Your brain seeks alignment with your identity. If you see yourself as a master in progress, you'll take actions that match. Action step: start calling yourself what you want to be. Instead of "I want to be a great writer," say "I am a writer." Act like the person you want to become. How would a master think? How would they act? Do that. 2. Mental toughness. Train yourself to push through discomfort. Mastery isn't about feeling motivated all the time. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. How masters build mental strength. They embrace boredom. They train even when it's repetitive. They push through resistance. They act despite fear and discomfort. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't wait to feel ready. Action step: use the 2-minute rule. When you don't feel like working, commit to just 2 minutes. 99% of the time you'll keep going. Develop a no matter what mindset. Set non-negotiable habits, for example. I will practice my craft for 30 minutes daily, no matter what. 3. Focus and deep work. The hidden edge of masters. The ability to focus deeply is the #1 skill that separates top performers from the average. Why most people struggle with focus. They check their phones 100 plus times a day. They distract themselves with social media. They rarely do deep, uninterrupted work. Why focus is a superpower. Masters block distractions and train their attention. They spend hours in deep work, while others waste time. Action step: use the 90-minute rule. Work deeply on one skill for 90 minutes. Daily no distractions. Eliminate digital noise. Uninstall apps that drain your focus. Schedule thinking time. Masters don't just do, they reflect, analyze, and refine. The master's mindset. Turn your brain into a weapon. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. The key to reaching mastery faster than 99% of people is learning how to train your brain to work for you, not against you. The question is, will you let mental blocks stop you? Will you reprogram your mind for greatness? Chapter 7. The Power of Mentorship. Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Why lone wolves fail. Think about the greatest masters in history. Leonardo da Vinci, he had Verrocchio. Michael Jordan, he had Phil Jackson. Steve Jobs had mentors like Robert Friedland and Ed Catmull. What do they all have in common? None of them did it alone. Here's the hard truth. Lone wolves rarely reach mastery. You can waste years struggling alone, trying to figure things out through trial and error. Or you can accelerate your mastery by learning from those who've already walked the path. Mentorship isn't just helpful, it's the ultimate shortcut to mastery. In this chapter, you'll discover why mentorship is the #1 overlooked key to success, the 3 types of mentors every master needs. How to attract world-class mentors. Avon. If you have no connection, she masters always. Seek mentors. 1. Mentors save you from years of trial and error. The average person learns through painful mistakes. The smart person learns through other people's mistakes. A mentor has already made the costly errors, faced the roadblocks, and found the best strategies. Example: Bill Gates studied Steve Jobs. Warren Buffett learned from Benjamin Graham. Kobe Bryant modeled Michael Jordan. Every master is a product of mentorship. 2. Mentors give you brutal truths you won't tell yourself. We all have blind spots. A great mentor sees your weaknesses before you. Duan tells you the hard truths you need to hear. Example: in his early career, Elon Musk was told by mentors that his leadership style was too aggressive. He refined. Eaton built Tesla and SpaceX. Oprah Winfrey's mentor warned her about playing it safe, pushing her to create her own empire instead of working for others. No mentor. You'll repeat this same mistakes for years. 3. Mentors expand your thinking and network. A great mentor doesn't just teach you skills, they expand your vision, mindset, and connections. Example: Jeff Bezos' first boss introduced him to the world of venture capital, helping him raise funds for Amazon. Tony Robbins was mentored by Jim Rohn, who connected him to powerful business leaders. No mentor. You're stuck in your own small world, limited by what you already know. The 3 types of mentors every master needs. Most people think of mentorship as one-on-one coaching. Wrong. Mentorship comes in 3 powerful forms. 1. Direct mentors, personal guidance and feedback. These are real-life mentors who guide you personally through direct coaching. They give feedback on your work. They help you avoid costly mistakes. They hold you accountable. How to find a direct mentor. Work under a master. Apprenticeship model. Offer value first. Don't ask for free mentorship. Provide something in return. Invest in coaching or mastermind groups. 2. Indirect mentors books. Online courses, case studies. Here's the secret most people miss. Your mentors don't have to know you personally. You can learn directly from the greatest minds in history through books, biographies, and interviews. Examples: want to master investing? Read Warren Buffett's letters. Want to master negotiation? Study Chris Voss. Want to master discipline? Learn from Jocko Willink. No excuses. You can be mentored by the best, starting today. 3. Peer mentors your inner circle and environment. If you're surrounded by average people, you'll stay average. If you surround yourself with high, you'll level up. Example, the Wright brothers pushed each other to master aviation. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Reid Hoffman were all part of the PayPal mafia, where they shared ideas and built billion-dollar companies. Action step. Find a high-level peer group masterminds, online communities, business groups. Cut negative influences, people who drain your ambition. How to attract world-class mentors even if you have no connections. Most people fail to get mentors because they do it wrong way. Will you be my mentor? Too vague, too desperate. Can I pick your brain? No value exchange. I need your help. Mentors don't owe you anything. Right way, offer something valuable first. Be specific about what you need. Show that you're taking action on your own. Example of a perfect outreach. Instead of saying, "Can you mentor me in business?" say, "I've been following your work on specific topic. I've already implemented specific strategy and got specific results. I'd love to hear your thoughts on specific challenge." Instead of, "Can I pick your brain?" say, "I know you're busy, so I've created something that could add value to your work. If you find it useful, I'd love to chat for 5 minutes. High-level mentors respond to action takers, not passive seekers. Final thought. Will you stay stuck or leverage the power of mentorship? Mentorship is the fastest path to mastery. You have 2 choices. Struggle alone for years, making painful mistakes. Learn from those who've already mastered what you want to achieve. Your next step. Find a direct mentor, work for, or learn from a master. Use indirect mentorship books, case studies, interviews. Build a peer mentor group. Surround yourself with high achievers. Masters don't just learn, they learn from the best. Chapter 8. The Hidden Key to Mastery. The Science of Deliberate Practice. Why most people never improve and how you can break free. Take 2 people who spend 10 years practicing the same skill. One stays average, barely improving. The other becomes a world-class expert. What separates them? Not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. The secret? Deliberate practice. Most people practice mindlessly repeating the same actions without improvement. Masters, however, practice differently in this chapter. You'll discover the truth about why talent is a myth. The 5 principles of deliberate practice that create exponential growth. How to apply deliberate practice to any skill event. If you're starting from scratch, myth of talent, why anyone can become a master. Most people believe masters are born, not made. Wrong. Example. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. Mozart didn't write his first great work until 10+ years of practice. Elon Musk wasn't born a genius. He read 10+ hours a day for years. Mastery is not about talent, it's about training the right way. The key, deliberate practice. The 5 principles of deliberate practice. Most people practice on autopilot. Masters follow these 5 principles to get better 10x. Faster. 1. Train at the edge of your ability, the struggle zone. The mistake most people make. They practice what they're already good at. Masters practice at the edge of their abilities, where it's hard. Example. Chess grandmasters don't just play random games. They solve incredibly difficult problems that push their limits. Athletes don't just play, they focus on their weaknesses with extreme precision. The rule. if it feels comfortable. You're not improving. You must struggle. Action step. Identify the hardest part of your skill and focus on improving that every single day. Point 2. Break skills into tiny, measurable components. Most people practice a skill as one big, messy task. Masters break it down into small, trainable parts. Example, a pianist doesn't just play songs. They practice left hand, right hand, then speed, then transitions each separately. A public speaker doesn't just give speeches. They master tone, pauses, gestures, then integrate them. Action step. Break your skill into micro skills and focus on mastering one at a time. 3. Get instant, brutal feedback and adapt quickly. Without feedback, you're practicing your mistakes. Masters seek immediate correction, not delayed improvement. Example, top athletes have coaches, watching every move, correcting mistakes instantly. Writers don't just write. They get editors to rip apart their work and refine it. Action step. Set up a feedback loop. Find a mentor, coach, or system that gives you immediate corrections. 4. Increase difficulty. Over time, the progressive overload effect. Why do most people plateau? They stop increasing difficulty. Masters continuously push their limits. Example, bodybuilders don't lift the same weight forever. They increase it every week. Musicians don't play the same song forever. They increase speed. Complexity and improvisation. Action step. Constantly raise the bar, increase speed, complexity, or intensity in controlled steps. 5. Use deep focus, no multitasking, no distractions. Most people practice while half distracted. Masters enter. Deep focus. Training with 100% intensity. Example, Warren Buffett reads 4 hours in complete silence, no distractions. Kobe Bryant practiced in empty gyms at 4 a.m., no phones. No socializing. Action step. Use deep work sessions, 90-minute blocks of pure, focused practice. No phone, no internet, no distractions. How to apply deliberate practice to any skill. Step-by-step guide. Want to master any skill in record time? Follow this 3-step system. Step 1. Identify your weakest link. Ask, what's holding me back the most? If you're a writer, is it clarity, storytelling, pacing? If you're a speaker, is it confidence, voice control, structure? If you're an entrepreneur, is it sales, marketing, leadership? Focus on fixing your weakest link first. Step 2. Set up a high feedback system. Ask, how can I get immediate feedback? Find a mentor, coach, or expert who can correct you. Record yourself and analyze mistakes. Use data and tracking numbers don't lie. The faster your feedback loop, the faster you improve. Step 3. Create a high-intensity training plan. Follow the 90-minute deep work method. 90 minutes of focused, deliberate practice, no distractions. Point to 15-minute break and review mistakes. 3. Adjust and repeat. Train like this, and you'll improve 10x faster than everyone else. Final thought, will you train like a master or stay stuck? Talent is a myth. The right training system is everything. You have 2 choices. Practice randomly, hoping to improve. Follow deliberate practice and skyrocket your skills. Your next step. Identify your weakest link and train it. Get instant feedback from an expert. Increase difficulty every week to break plateaus. Mastery isn't about what you practice, it's about how you practice. Chapter 9. The unstoppable work ethic. How masters outwork everyone else. Why do some people achieve 10x more in the same 24 hours? Imagine two people starting the same journey. Person A works hard but burns out, loses motivation, and gives up. Person B works with relentless focus, overcomes challenges, and rises to the top. What separates them? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's work ethic. Most people think hard work is enough. But the truth is, working hard isn't the goal. Working strategically and relentlessly is. In this chapter, you'll discover the secret behind an unstoppable work ethic used by history's greatest minds, how to build discipline even when motivation runs out, the 3 psychological tricks that make hard work feel effortless. If you master this, you will dominate your field while others quit. Why motivation is a trap. And what to do instead. The mistake most people make. They wait to feel motivated before they take action. But motivation is temporary, it fades fast. Example, you watch an inspiring video, feel excited, start working. Then lose steam after a few days. You set a big goal, feel unstoppable. Then hit obstacles and quit. Masters don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits, systems, and discipline. So how do you build an unstoppable work ethic? It's the 3 psychological triggers that make hard work effortless. 1. The just 5 minutes rule. Trick your brain into action. Why do most people procrastinate? They see work as a huge, overwhelming task. The fix. Start with just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll do this for just 5 minutes. Once you start, your brain shifts from resistance to momentum. Example, writers commit to writing just 1 sentence, which leads to a full-page. Gym-goers promise to just warm up, which turns into a full workout. Action step. When you feel resistance, start small. Momentum will do the rest. Point 2. The identity shift trick. Become the type of person who never quits. The mistake most people make? They focus on what they want to do, not who they want to become. The fix. Shift your identity. Instead of saying, I want to write more, say, I am a writer. Writers write every day. Instead of saying, I want to work out, say, I am an athlete. Athletes train daily. Example, James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, found that people who identify as non-smokers quit smoking twice as fast as those who just try to quit. Action step. Shift from I want to gives I am the type of person who does this. 3. The 85% rule. How to stay in the game longer than everyone else. Most people burn out because they push at 100% intensity all the time. To fix, work at 85% intensity, not 100%. The world's best athletes train at 85% effort, not max effort, to avoid injury. The best creators take breaks, preventing burnout. Example, Usain Bolt, the fastest man on earth, trains at 85% effort most days, not 100%. Billionaire Warren Buffett works in deep focus for a few key hours, not all day. Action step. Instead of going all out and burning out, aim for 85% effort daily. The 4-step system to build an unstoppable work ethic. 1. To outwork 99% of people without burning out. Follow this 4-step system. Step 1. Set process goals, not just outcome goals. Most people set big goals but fail to build a process. The fix. Focus on the daily process, not just the end result. Instead of, I want to write a book, say, I will write 500 words every morning. Instead of, I want to get in shape. Say, I will exercise for 45 minutes, 5 days a week. Example, Stephen King writes 6 pages every single day without fail. Michael Phelps trained every day for 5 years, never missing a session. Action step. Define your process goal and commit to it daily. Step 2. Create no matter what. Rules. Most people break their habits when life gets busy. The fix. Set non-negotiable rules for your habits. I will exercise for at least 10 minutes, no matter how busy I am. I will read at least 1 page a day, no matter what. I will write for 5 minutes daily, even on bad days. Example, Jerry Seinfeld's Don't Break the Chain method. He wrote jokes every day. Without fail, athletes use no 0 days, ensuring at least some progress daily. Action step, set your no matter what rule. Never break it. Step 3. Track your streak, make progress addictive. Most people quit because they don't see their progress. The fix. Track your streak, make progress visible. Use a habit tracker. Mark X's on a calendar. Use apps like Habitable or Streaks. Keep a journal of daily progress. Example, top salespeople track every single call made. Writers track word count every day. Action step. Pick a tracking method, make progress visible. Step 4. Build a fail-proof environment. Most people rely on willpower. Masters rely on systems. The fix. Change your environment to make success inevitable. If you want to read more, place books in every room. If you want to eat healthy, remove junk food from your home. If you want to wake up early, put your alarm across the room. Example, Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily to eliminate decision fatigue. Elite athletes sleep in their workout clothes to make training automatic. Action step. Adjust your environment to remove friction. Final thought. The work ethic of masters. The difference between success and failure isn't talent, it's work ethic. Now you have a choice. Keep waiting for motivation and staying stuck. Build a fail-proof system and dominate your craft. Your next step. Set your process goal. Create your no matter what rule. Track your progress daily. Optimize your environment for success. Hard work isn't about grinding endlessly. It's about working smart, consistently, and relentlessly. Chapter 10. Creating a legacy that lasts beyond your lifetime. Why do some people disappear while others live forever? Most people live, work, and fade away. But a select few leave behind a legacy that echoes through generations. Think about it, centuries later, we still study Leonardo da Vinci's genius, follow Napoleon's strategies, and admire Einstein's discoveries. What makes their impact so enduring? It's not just talent or luck, it's how they structured their work, ideas, and influence. In this final chapter, you'll discover the 3 principles that guarantee your work will outlive you. How to build something so powerful it stands the test of time. The key to leaving a permanent mark in your field. If you've come this far, you're not just looking for success, you're looking for significance. Let's make sure your impact lasts long after you're gone. Why? Most people are forgotten, and how to avoid it. The brutal truth? Most people work hard their entire lives but leave nothing behind. They chase short-term rewards instead of building something lasting. They focus on trends instead of timeless ideas. They work in isolation instead of creating a movement. Masters think differently. They don't just work for today, they work for history. If you want to be remembered, You must build something bigger than yourself. The 3 principles of an unbreakable legacy. 1. Master one thing so deeply that you become unforgettable. The mistake most people make. They try to do too many things, leaving behind nothing truly great. The fix: obsessively master one domain. Example: Einstein gives physics. E equals mc. Change science forever. Michael Jordan gives basketball. Redefine excellence in sports. Steve Jobs gives technology. Revolutionize design and innovation. Action step: choose one thing to master, then go deeper than anyone else. 2. Share your knowledge. Write, teach, or mentor others. Most people hoard knowledge, but the ones who last share their wisdom. The fix: document, teach, or a mentor. Example: Marcus Aurelius wrote Meditations, gives his wisdom guides millions today. Andrew Carnegie mentored Napoleon Hill, gives inspired Think and Grow Rich. Naval Ravikant shared mental models online, gives his ideas spread globally. Action step: start writing. Teaching or mentoring your ideas must outlive you. 3. Build a system that outlasts you. Most people focus on personal success, but true masters build systems, not just achievements. The fix: create something that keeps growing without you. Example: Elon Musk gives Tesla. SpaceX, his systems run beyond his personal efforts. Warren Buffett gives Berkshire Hathaway. His investment principles continue. Artists, authors, and inventors earn royalties long after they're gone. Action step: think long-term. What system, business, or body of work can you leave behind? The ultimate test: will your name be remembered? Ask yourself, 1. Am I mastering something so deeply that people can't ignore me? 2. Am I sharing my knowledge in a way that impacts others? 3. Am I building something that will continue without me? If the answer is yes, your legacy is already in motion. If not, start today. Conclusion: the path to mastery and legacy. Most people never achieve mastery. They get distracted, lose focus, and settle for mediocrity. But you are different. You now know the secrets of mastery. You know that talent is nothing without discipline. You know that deep work beats shallow effort. You know that legacy comes from mastery, not from chasing trends. The final truth: the world rewards those who master their craft. The choice is yours. Fade into the background, or build something that lasts forever. Master your field. Share your knowledge. Build a system that outlives you. This is how you leave your mark on history. Now take action and become unforgettable.